Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are streaming. We're triple streaming again. We are streaming on TikTok. We are streaming on YouTube. And we are streaming on X. Ladies and gentlemen, the purpose of tonight's little chat, well, we get to talk to each other. We get touchy-feeling and we can talk about our feelings. We can talk about our hopes, our fears, our aspirations. We are talking about the increasing number of protests in the United Kingdom. London hotel protests as we speak, guys. Epping hotel protests on Sunday. I was articulated and I said at the very first day, I said, listen, guys, I don't think those migrants are being held there anymore. Turns out I was right. Those migrants have now been moved out. But guys, listen, it does look like we are in a spiral downhill. Remember, guys, the 6 weeks holidays have only just begun. And all these shenanigans have only just begun. And one thing that nobody's even talking about is there's going to be counter-protests. I don't mean those guys, you know, those paid people with the placards who are like, can you all see it now, guys, really? You know what, guys, listen, it was actually really good. I got a couple of messages into my inbox saying, Sean, thank you for your talking about subversion. I'm not going to do it now. Sean, thank you for talking about subversion. You really explained it well, and now it just gives a different, context when we're looking at like politics. So, and thank you for that, guys, because when I put myself out there and do a video and talk about subversion, which is it's a topic nobody really wants to approach because people just don't know. I would say that most politicians don't really understand what subversion means. But thank you for those people who inbox me saying thank you. So I'm thanking you for thanking me. So we're all thanking each other here, guys. But listen, the United Kingdom, where we are in that spiral now, we're going downhill, and it does look like the summer of carnage has started. Remember, the Manchester 2, that's going to be a key trial date, guys, okay? That trial comes to an end this Friday. Now, there's going to be protests. If those guys get no jail sentences, there's going to be protests. If those guys get medium sentencing, there's going to be protests. Whatever happens, ladies and gentlemen, with the Manchester 2, you know the Manchester 2 listen, guys, fair play to them. Fair play to them. What are their names? Mohammed Amaz and Mohammed, I don't know. Everybody's called Mohammed. Fair play to those guys, fair play to those guys. Right, listen, we are, okay, guys, listen, the stream on YouTube is glitching. Right, guys, listen, if you're watching on YouTube, a couple of people are saying we're glitching on YouTube. Yeah, give your wife a slap. When the software update will be recorded and it will get put on and you will be able to watch it through. So, guys, yeah. If you're watching on YouTube and it's glitching, just go and watch it. We're on TikTok, guys. We're triple streaming. We're on YouTube. We are on X, and we are on TikTok. Guys, listen. You can see the summer of carnage coming right now, can't you? You can see the summer of carnage coming right now. Are you practicing getting your fitness up? Are you training your fitness? I'm talking about young lads now. Young lads. I'm talking about 16 and under. And you know what, guys? I'll even go with 20 years. Do you know what? I will take all fighting age males, guys. Guys, give me fighting age males and watch what I will turn them into. Trust me, I'm not even kidding. Give me fighting age males and watch give me fighting age males. Give me 3 months with them. Watch what they turn out. Watch what I turn them into at the other end, guys. Okay. So, guys, listen. I'm talking to everybody now. First of all, 2 aspects to this, guys. All right. I want young men. I want young men to be going out in their little groups of mates. All right, maybe 3, 4, 5 of you, little teams of mates, going out, running, getting your fitness up, getting your cardio up, getting your strength up, becoming the best version of you. And I'm talking about young men now, guys. I'm talking about you guys. You know, you young men who are like, you know, you're looking at the TV and you're playing PlayStation, Xbox. Stop that. Get out in the fields. Get out in the woods. Get out in the wilderness. You know, for me, sometimes not many people will ever have to face off against an adversary. Sports people do it, like like for example, Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. They will have to face off against each other. They will have to, they have to come together, and then they'll have to do some training, and then they're going to come together. It's very rare that that happens. But do you know when you do face off with an adversary, and you look at him in the face, and you think, there's not a chance you can beat me. I am fitter, stronger, faster, and more intelligent. And narcissistic smile that like James Bond has. You know, like the little narcissistic smile that James Bond. I'm talking Daniel Craig in Casino Royale, guys. Everybody. So if anybody's unclear what I'm talking about Daniel Craig in Casino Royale. I mean, that's pretty much the most badass Bond film. But anyway, guys, listen. I want young men. I want young men and little groups of 3, 4, maybe 5. Get yourselves out there, guys. Okay. Under nowhere ever has anyone, any situation, anyone ever said, "Oh, do you know what, lads? I was too fit on that. I wish I weren't that fit. Oh yeah, no, it's just a real pain. I hate being this fit. Yeah, give me those pork pies. Let the young men, everybody needs to get their fitness up. But young men, fighting age males, you guys need to get it up even more. But everybody needs to get their fitness up, guys. Doesn't matter what part of society you are in. Doesn't matter what you can or cannot do. You can be fitter. I was talking to my friend the other day. He's like, I said to him, yeah, I'm going out running. He said, where are you going? I told him where I was going. He said, are you mad? I said, no. He said, why? Why? I said, Sean, you've done all the dude. I ain't calming down. I said, there's not going to be a day where I'm not going to hit those fitness tests that I hit when I was in the military. And listen, if anybody in the military is watching, I've got a little bit of advice for you guys, right? So if you're in the military right now and you're watching this, right? I was thinking this while I was running today. When you're in the military, right? You always get like, so in the military, you'll have like all the stuff, and guys, listen, there is no better feeling. There is absolutely no better feeling, none, no better feeling. Summer leave, it might be the last day of July or whatever, but whenever that last day of work is, that first day of summer leave is absolutely, oh guys, honestly, I can't even tell you how amazing it feels. I can remember leaving the barracks. I would take the roof off my car. I had the good one as well. I had the 3-liter twin turbo Toyota Supra, the good one. It was a GZ engine, and it had full leather interior, front and back. I'm just saying, guys. I would get in my car, the sun would be shining, and I would drive home, and it would be absolutely beautiful. But let me give you this, guys, okay? You right now, when you go back, there's going to be a PTI in your barracks, right? Your PTI, he'll be staying in the block, and he will be practicing one running route. He'll maybe like 6 miles or something, and he will be beasting himself on that running route. He'll know exactly where to speed up, where to slow down, where to sprint, where to do fireman's carries. He will know everything on that fitness route. All right, don't worry about it, guys. Don't worry about it. All right, don't worry about it. Get your fitness up. Try and get your fitness up even more while you're on leave. And you know what? When you go back on leave and he's running around it, because guys, it's really easy. If you're a PTI in the military, I was never a PTI. But if you're a PTI in the military and you're taking a group 4 fitness, it's really easy to blast them, because you know where you're going to increase the pace. You know where you're going to slow down. So rest on to what I was saying. I've been talking about military fitness, but guys, everybody needs to be fitter. I know I kind of want that to be a message between you guys, okay? Corey Finn. All right, guys. there's over 70 messages. Hang on. I can't get these all, but I've just seen Coral Reefing jump up and he sent some. Yeah, Coral Reefing here is saying, hang on. So Coral Reefing is saying, quote of the day. He said this to me in a private message. Your fitness is your last line of your first line of attack. Yeah, your fitness, guys. Everybody needs to get your quick fitness up. Unknown user is saying, I have a question, bro. Right, unknown user. Yeah, I am blabbing, guys. I am blabbing. Right, unknown user, throw your question out there. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, okay, let's get back on track. Protests are breaking out all over the United Kingdom. What I've noticed, and I know you guys have noticed as well, the counter-protests. First of all, remember what we was talking about the other day when we was talking about subversion? And we... yeah, guys, listen. You guys on YouTube and X. I understand that. That it's glitching on YouTube and X. When this video uploads, all those glitches will be done because the software records it in 4K, and then it will upload it in 4K. So I understand right now we're glitching on YouTube, but I'm going to let it run. I am going to let it run because I'm going to let it run because it will upload and it will upload. Yeah, it will upload. What's that? Yeah, it will upload in 4K and everything will be fine. But anyway, alas, I digress, guys. I digress. And guys, come and join us on TikTok because we have the cyberpunk frame on. Hang on, we have the cyberpunk frame on TikTok, and I do love the cyberpunk frame. It's my favorite frame ever. Right, hang on, guys, hang on. Right, he's had 20 questions. Right, guys, I'm just going to try and get these questions because I'm... yeah, guys, listen, I'm going to come over to the protest in a minute, and we're going to get some live stream on that. We're going to get some live stream on the protests. Dayburner, he's saying he's had 20 questions all the same. Guys, I've been missing the chat. Right, who's the bot? Right, is unknown user a bot? Right, unknown user is saying Raven Quest, I don't know what that means, heard we are in the start of World War III and it will get confirmed in 2027. Is that right? I wouldn't know what's going to get confirmed or denied in 2027. I would say that, but I would say that we are, yes. I've got to be very careful with what I talk about or the words I use on TikTok. Listen, guys, I get banned all the time, right? I get banned all the time. I believe, and this is my belief, that we are already in World War III, guys. All right, it's very difficult. It's very difficult to say that the United Kingdom is not taking the lead role in Eastern Europe. Right, hang on a minute. Okay, unknown user. Excuse me, unknown user. Good sir. With all due respect, all right. This is my live stream. I'll answer what questions I want, all right? I have answered your question, all right? Don't spam so quickly. Guys, look, there's so many, honestly, when the chat is open like this, guys, okay, when the chat is open like this, I genuinely, the chat, the questions are going up so fast. And if I'm talking, I just won't get to see your question, guys, okay? So when I say I'm going to jump to the bottom of the chat, that's probably the best time to put your question in because I'll see it then. Anyway, listen, guys, I'm unknown user. I don't know. I don't know. Am I going to mute unknown user? I'm not going to mute unknown user. I'm not going to mute him. I'm not going to mute him or her. But guys, listen, be courteous with your chat messages, okay? Right, I'm gonna jump now, guys, to a live stream because that's why you guys are on here, isn't it? You guys want the analysis of the live stream. So I'm just going on X now, guys. I'm just gonna get some live streams. Where are we? Right. Oh, hang on. Here we are, guys. Give me a second. Right, I'm gonna go onto YouTube with this, guys, because they don't look like very good live streams. I'm gonna. Oh God, that was bright. I'm gonna look onto YouTube, guys. Okay. What we're gonna go with, guys? Daily Express. I think should we go with Daily Express? Daily Express on YouTube. I'm gonna go on the Daily Express, guys. They're on. Oh, Lex. Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. So Lex is saying, I'm just gonna pin this because I don't want to repeat the words because I might get the live ban. But Lex is saying she got called some mean words because she's worried. Lex, you're not alone. All right, you are not alone. I'm worried. All right, you know, I'm worried. My mum's worried. My dad's worried. My sister's worried. You know, my whole family, everybody I meet are worried. The little old lady in the supermarket yesterday, she's worried. You know, so to be worried. You know what? Maybe wear that as a badge of honor, Lex. Maybe wear that as a badge of honor. Right? I can't. I'm trying to find things here, guys. On give me a second. Right, the internet tonight, guys, is being very, very slow, guys. Okay, the internet's being very slow at the moment. Yeah, it's not loading up YouTube for some reason. Oh, hang on, we're in. Oh, here we are, live from the hotel. Right, guys, give me a second. I'm just going to see what I can. I'm just going to look at these. I'm going to look at the police. I'm going to look at the protesters. I'm going to look at the counter protesters. I'm going to give you guys what information I can gather from this, guys. So give me a second to just analyze it. Yeah, so straight away, guys, that's going nowhere. That protest is going absolutely nowhere. There's too many police. Not enough capacity from the crowd. That is not going anywhere. But listen, that building is absolutely beautiful. That building is beautiful. It's a really nice building. I would love to go and stay there. You know, I'd love to go and stay there for for a weekend in London or something. The building's beautiful. But yeah, apparently now it's full of migrants, and what we can gather, non-confirmed, is these migrants from this hotel have been moved from. These are the ones that have been moved from Epping. Now, guys, that is not confirmed. That is not confirmed. That is excuse me. That is non-confirmed social media reports. I can't find anything on the mainstream about that, but it would stand to reason, wouldn't it? You know, if you're going to have continued protests in Epping outside the Bell Hotel, you would see that, it would make sense to move the people out of that hotel. But guys, look, the decision to do this, and if it's made public, that is phenomenal. That building's beautiful. Wow. Sorry, guys. So the decision to do this, guys. Now, look, guys, listen. You guys know where I am, right? You guys know where I am. I think we should close the borders. I think we should strengthen the military, strengthen the police, and strengthen the government. I think we should strengthen the legal system in the United Kingdom, whereby everybody understands the laws, what's legal, what's not legal. If you break the law, you get punished equally. That's what I think, guys. Call me old-fashioned. Call me old-fashioned. I'm going to give you now and tell you how difficult the decisions are going to be made behind the scenes. So right now, behind the scenes, hang on, guys. Yeah, nothing's happening there, guys. I don't see that as a I don't see this as a flashpoint at all. Too many police, too central. This is going to happen outside of London. I'll come back to what we were talking about before. This is going to happen outside of London. So these small villages like Epping, like this, wherever else these protests materialize. Because, ladies and gentlemen, let's be under no illusion. These protests will start to materialize. Why? Because people are angry. People are angry and people are not listened to. And I've said this time and time again. Whatever, right, guys, give yourself this scenario right now. Give yourself this scenario. Just pretend for a moment, wherever you live, in fact, let's go the other way. Wherever you live in the United Kingdom or Europe or whatever, wherever you live, right? Just imagine that your local hotel was filled with people you didn't want there. Now, whoever that is, it's totally up to you guys, okay? Just imagine that hotel was full and you didn't like it, right? Your whole village, you didn't like it. You're in a small village or wherever, your whole village, you didn't like it. So there's 100 of you. You're angry, you don't want it. So what you do is you go down to London, all 100 of you, and you start protesting. You've got your little banners and you're rattling the gates at number 10 and you're rattling them and you're waving your banners. All the time, wherever you live, those people that you're angry about, they're still getting their free food. They're still getting their internet paid for. They're still getting their, they don't have to pay any of their taxes. They're getting a good time. You've spent your money, your time, your effort, your energy, your resources to go down to London, to protest in London. What effect do you think that is going to have on your community? I don't know. Maybe Keir Starmer will look out the window and he'll say, Angela, see those 100 people there? I can see them, yeah, but I'm looking at these trousers. They're right good. What are they protesting? I don't know, Keir. Shall I go and ask them? Yeah. Anyway, Keir Starmer finds out and he's like, maybe this will happen. And then Keir Starmer finds out and he's like, oh, are they angry about that? Yeah. Oh, well, remove those people from that hotel and let them know that thank you for letting me know that they didn't want that. Maybe that'll happen. I don't think it will. Now let's look at the other option. Those 100 people stage a protest at the actual hotel. At the actual hotel, and I'm pretty sure this is legal, guys. Okay, when the miners' strikes were happening, in like what was it, the 70s or the 80s in the United Kingdom, the people that were protesting were stopping deliveries into those factories and stuff because they wanted to bring that down. But anyway, you see where I'm going with that. You see the difference in what's the word? What not capacity. You see the difference in outcome, I guess, in outcome. One, you spend all your time, money, effort, resources going to London. What is it going to achieve? I don't know. Two, you spend less time, less money, less resources, less effort, and it's more sustainable because how many times, if you live in like Durham or something, if you live in Durham, how many times can you get down to London, and support you? You see where I'm going with this, guys? Okay. Realistically, how many times would you be able to get down to Durham, have a protest all day, then drive back, or spend a night in a hotel or whatever? How many times would you be able to do that? And you may be able to do that 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times a year. I can guarantee that other people won't even be able to get down once. But you know those people who can't get down once? They'll be able to go locally and they'll be able to do things locally. I've always said, and it just seems strange, guys, it just seems strange that when I started, I've not said it for a while, but when I started saying The problems are going to be solved at local level. It all has to be solved at local level. Then we saw Epping, then we saw this, then we see in London. I don't think this one in London, guys. I'm looking, there's a nice, what's that, an S-Class? I think an S-Class has just drove past. Anyway, so you see where we're going with this, guys. You see the direction of travel now in the United Kingdom. Let's just have a little look what's happening, guys. Let's just have a little look on the live stream. Yeah, I don't see anything happening there, guys. I don't see anything happening in London. I don't, like I said, this is going to be at local level, local towns, local villages. That's where the real business is going to happen. Right, I'm going to jump up and get these comments, guys. I'm going to jump up and get these comments. Yeah, listen, ladies and gentlemen, I know you guys watching on YouTube. I know the sound quality is bad. I know the video quality is bad. I know I'm glitching. I'm going to have to let it run. I'll let it run. Once I let that run on YouTube, the software will, because it's recording and it records onto my computer and then it will upload. So afterwards, when you guys can watch this back later on or tomorrow or whatever, hopefully that will be in full 4K video. Oh, hang on, something is actually happening now. No, nothing's happening. Nothing's happening, guys. Listen, yes, the other day we were speaking about subversion, all right? And one of the things in subversion is you fund radical groups. That's one of the things that near-peer adversaries do as part of ideological subversion. Now, you've seen all these protesters, guys, right, with the signs and the placards. Where do you think they came from? Just ask yourself that question, guys. Where do you think those placards came from? Do you think they all bought them out of their own pocket? If they bought them out of their own pocket, how come they're all the same font? How come they're all the same size? How come they're all the same color pigment? And what I mean by color pigment is, if I go and ask for a red t-shirt, if I go and ask for a red t-shirt and you go and ask for a red t-shirt, we'll both get red t-shirts, but they'll be slightly different. You see where I'm going with that? So different printers will have slightly different machines, and it will all come out differently, guys. Okay. What I'm saying is these people that are holding the banners and holding the placards, they have funding from someone, guys. I'm not going to speculate on who, but you can pretty much gather. It doesn't take the brains of an archbishop to understand where that funding comes from, guys. Okay. Robert Sparks actually is saying they're paid to go there. Yes, yeah, they are. JTTJ is saying Epping protest again tomorrow from 6. Yeah. So, guys, listen, if you didn't know, the Epping protests, as I understand it, and I may be wrong here, the Epping protests are going to be Thursday and Sunday, and they're just going to keep that going, guys. Okay, they're going to keep that going. Again, the government, so we'll go back to what we were talking about before I digress. So the government have a very difficult position now. Do they publicly, to stop the protests in Epping, do the government, and I don't know what I don't know what the solution is here, guys. Okay, do the government say, right, okay, we've moved out the migrants. There's no more migrants in there. You've won. Do the government say that? It would be great for the people of Epping, wouldn't it? In fact, I think it would be great for everyone. But here lies the problem, because at government level, these advisors, and I'd be saying the same, guys. If I was still in a governmental advisory role, I'd be saying the same. I'd be saying, look, guys, if we make it public that we've moved those migrants out of those hotels, that's just going to be the green light for every other hotel to have a protest by it. And then what do we do? You see where we go with that? If they don't make it public, you're just going to get more and more build up in and around Epping, guys. All right, that and all the other places that are building up. So it's going to be very difficult. It's going to be very difficult for the government to make the right decision. Or I mean, I don't think there is a right decision the government can make at the moment. It's going to be very difficult. Linda Lou, oh, hang on, Linda Lou's showing something else. Kaz is saying, hi all, I'm late again. How much have I missed? Bazza GB is saying, should stick them in a detention on a remote Scottish island. Do you know what, Bazza? Absolutely, absolutely. Oh, where's Bazza's comment gone? Let me pin Bazza's comment. So Bazza on, hang on, I'm trying to ping Bazza's comment. There we go. So Bazza's comment on TikTok is, should stick them in detention on a remote Scottish island. Listen, if it was me, first of all, if it was me, I'd close the borders. There'd be nobody getting in. And what I would do is I would gather everybody and put them on the West Falkland Islands. I would. Get yourselves there. Get that lashed in, you guys. Get yourselves down to the West Falkland Islands. Because ultimately, guys, this is a crime, all right? It's a crime. Like, I watched a video and it said, like, if you enter Saudi Arabia illegally, you get like, I'm making this up. I can't remember the exact figures, but it was like, if you enter Saudi Arabia illegally, you get 6 years in jail. If you enter Singapore illegally, you get 3 years in jail. If you enter the United Kingdom illegally, you get 50 quid a week, a 4-star hotel and 3 meals a day. But it's true. It's true. You know, it's literally, guys, you know, I'm not making that up. That's 100% true. Allegedly. Oh, and Happy Go Lucky, this is an interesting one. Happy Go Lucky is saying they're closing social housing applications in Scotland. Listen, guys, I'll be honest with you. I don't know how all this works. What I do know, we don't build enough houses in this country. We don't. That is the fact. All of a sudden, Angela Rayner's saying, we're going to build thousands of affordable housings. And it's going to be affordable housing for families, and it's going to be rate good. It's going to be proper rate good, and everybody can walk around and be free and happy in them houses that we've built. I'm thinking, hang on a minute, Angela. Who's going in these houses? Like, who's going to be going in these houses? No, what we're going to do, Ray, it's a rate scam. It's a rate scam. Lord Ali told me. Oh, Mike. Hang on, guys. Let me get Mike. Right, Mike. Well done. Right, hang on. Let me get Mike. Right, I saw Mike there. Let me get him. There. Got him. Mute account. Right, Mike. Why do you ruin it for yourself? Every time, Mike. Every time he does it, I don't know why he does it. Like, Mike comes on, he spams me, I mute him, and then every time he jumps on the live, he just, you know what, actually, Mike, I don't want to block you. I'm not going to block anyone, guys. I'm not going to block anyone. But, like, Mike, just to be fair, right, if you've got something to say, right, have we got another one here? Right, no comment. Right, that one's going as well. Right, they're going. Is there anyone else? Because I can do this all day, guys. I can literally do this all day. I can mute you guys all day. I can do it. I can. I'm really good at it. I'm getting really efficient at it. I'll never block anyone, guys, because I think that's rude. I'll never block it. Guys, I don't want to block anyone. I think it's rude. And I think maybe in the future, these people who are spamming, maybe they might be worried or be scared or have a genuine concern. And in that context, I just feel unfair to myself. But anyway, guys, so we're talking about houses. We're talking about houses in the United Kingdom. So, the afters is saying, hang on, where the afters coming? The afters just said something like, you can do this all day, you sound like a teacher. Yeah, I can remember once I was teaching some soldiers, right? And they were making big mistakes, and I just thought, right. I said, right, all right. I said, I'm the instructor. I'm in charge. Let's see who wins this one. Let's see who wins this one. And yeah, I was just giving them a lot of physical exercise. I'll just say, listen, guys, I can do this all day. I can literally do this all day. I'm fine. I've got my cup of tea. I've got my bacon sandwich. You lot are running around doing exactly what I say. You want to continue with that attitude, or you want to get some training done? It's entirely up to you. I want to get some training done, but equally, I'm happy to sit here with my bacon sandwich and my cup of tea. And you know, you guys can do physical exercise. Oh, Sean, we're sorry. Yeah, we understand. Yeah, we understand. Right, all right. Go and get your weapons and come back. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, yeah, you're in your own time now. My wife's not married. My dinner is a salad. Sorry, guys, I was digressing there a little bit. Let me jump up and get these. Let me get these comments. That bell doesn't dismiss you. I do. Right, where was you? We were talking about the houses, wasn't we? So there's a lot of stuff at the moment, guys, with houses. And I asked this question before. I'm going to ask this question again. What do we think? The this temporary accommodation? We're got temporary accommodation, temporary housing accommodation. What does temporary mean? Like, how many years is temporary? How many years is temporary? Right, Apple user, that's a strange username, but we'll go with it. Apple user is saying, Sean, have you seen what you've done? Some children, it's on Sky News now. I don't know what that, right, hang on, let me, temporary user, can you give me more context to that, please, buddy? I mean, can you give me more context to that, Apple user? Because I'm not entirely sure what that means. Anyway, let me have a look here, guys. Sky News. I'm just going to look on the headlines for Sky News, but no, I can't see anything that would relate to what you've just said. But if you want to jump back up, Apple user, and let me give more context, because I've genuinely no idea what that means. Anyway, Darren Priestley is saying, until Nigel Farage takes us out of the ECHR. Guys, look, I think this ECHR thing, I think it's fake. I think it's fake. The British government break those rules all the time. Trust me, they do. They break those rules all the time. So my question is, why can't they break no, you don't even have to break the rules, guys. Listen, just a quick caveat, just a quick update. I've got a video on my TikTok. I've got it pinned to the top. I'm wearing I don't know what I'm wearing. I'm wearing like a t-shirt and some red mixed martial arts shorts. And in that video, what I say is, we don't need to be out of the ECHR to stop the boats. We don't. Do you know why? Because international maritime law, under existing international maritime law, any vessel of the Crown, basically, any naval ship, can tow any vessel in distress back to the nearest shoreline. I might be getting the wording slightly wrong, but it comes basically if you see a ship in distress, like imagine one of the Queen Elizabeth aircraft carriers, right? They're sailing in the middle of the Indian Ocean and they see a ship in distress. That ship is a Norwegian ship. It's not practicable for that carrier strike group to tow that Norwegian ship all the way back to Norway. It just doesn't make sense, guys, all right? So what the international law is there for is, if there's a vessel in distress, the Navy can tow it back to the nearest shoreline. There you go. You're on the shoreline. You're safe. You're not gonna sink. Seems fair, right? So by definition, because they're not seaworthy, every rubber dinghy is a vessel in distress, guys. Everyone, because they're not seaworthy. So here lies the solution. You know, you just put the Navy on that halfway point. When you see a vessel, do you know what? You don't even just put the Navy out there and you say, right, we're here now, and under maritime law, if we see any vessels in distress, we're going to act accordingly. Oh, rubber dinghy, vessel in distress, right, go on, lads, tow it back to France. You do that once or twice, you stop the gangs. It's done. It's over. It's finished. They're like, yeah, we can't get over now. They've stopped it. See how quickly that could be done? I reckon that could be put in place within 6 hours. Seriously, guys, 6 hours. 6 hours and that would be in place. You know, so it's got nothing to do with the ECHR. Day Burner is saying we don't have to stop the boats, just stop housing and benefits, they will stop coming. Well, do you know what, Day Burner? I actually saw a law the other day that said it's they're legal. Right, first of all, I didn't know where I was with this because I didn't realize that being homeless was illegal. I didn't realize that, or sleeping on the streets. I didn't realize it was illegal to sleep on the streets. But they've decriminalized it. So what you're going to get is tented cities. Tented cities will pop up, guys. But mark my words, ladies and gentlemen. And do you know what's coming after the tented cities? Do you know what's coming after the tented cities? We are going to have situations, scenarios, dynamics where a group of people have been living in a woods. They're going to claim they've been living there for 10 years, and then that woods is going to be given to them. That patch of land is going to be given to them. And then they're going to have little shanty towns, and it's going to be pretty much like South Africa. Matt is saying a lot of rubber dinghies have managed to cross the sea, considering they're not seaworthy. Yeah, so guys, to be a seaworthy vessel, you need to have certification, and I know, you know, I could make a raft and that could get across the channel. What we're talking about here, guys, is the actual certification, and I know with 100% certain, all right. Those rubber dinghies do not carry British Kite Mark certification. Or maybe they do. Maybe they do. That's why they're letting them. I don't know. The Afters are saying with social housing organisations like Circle, that won't happen. Labour are in. Afters have just nailed this on the head, guys. Okay, too many people are making too much money. Like if you're Angela Rayner now. Right? Can you imagine Angela Rayner and like Larry Fink, the head of Serco, all these organisations are just giving her trousers. Oh, can you imagine how giddy Angela Rayner is? And she's phoning her mum. Mum, look, you should see all these new clothes I've got. I've got them laid on my £7,000 bed. And I didn't have to do out for them. No, I just had to sign these pieces of paper. And what did it say on pieces of paper, Angela? I don't know, I can't read. Like, you can imagine, like, that is literally the conversations that I see happening. But we love Angela, don't we? We love Angela in her big trousers. She's the gift that keeps giving. Literally, giving all the houses away. Robert Sparks is saying, build a wall like Trump did. If we can build walls for concerts to stop freeloaders getting in. And then Gemini Blessings is saying, hang on. It's been reported that migrants are claiming benefits in the UK, then going to Ireland and claiming. Yeah, this is a big thing, Gemini Blessing. This is a big thing. This has always been happening. When I was stationed in Dover in like, I don't know, 2000, maybe 2000 to like 2005 or something, stationed in Dover. The migrant all around Dover, I bet it's worse now. All around Dover, there's signs in lots of different languages saying migrant reception centres or migrant or asylum seeker. I can't remember what it is. So if you just jump out the back of a truck, and it happens, and it used to happen back then quite a lot more than you'd think. So People would jump out the back of the truck, jump out the back of the lorry. They'd go to the reception centre. They'd register themselves. They'd register themselves with whatever name they want to give. And then they'd go to the next town over, like Folkestone or whatever, and they'd do the same again. They'd register themselves there. So, you know, this is a massive problem, guys. It's a massive problem. And we are just literally hemorrhaging money right now, guys. We are hemorrhaging money right now. Darren Priestley is saying, hang on, let me pin this. Darren Priestley is saying, did you hear about Starmer's deal with France? Where did that go? Did you hear about Starmer's deal with France? The 1 in 1 out. The 1 in 1 out. Yes, I did hear that straight away, guys. When I heard it, I just thought it was funny. It's just funny because, like, never going to happen, never going to materialize, never going to start. Like, you know what else I thought? No, I didn't think it was funny. I thought it was frustrating. You know, the inquiry to the gangs? When's that happening? Like, when's that happening? Do we just forget? I, Keir Starmer, will hereby commission the world's most competent inquiry into the gangs, and we are gonna leave no rock unturned. Oh yeah, thank God, yeah, he's gonna do it, and then people forget about it, and like, yeah, he's not done it. What? Yeah, he's not. I mean, isn't it fantastic? Like, you know, if you know where I work, all right? I might bring you with me one day. I do a lot of work from home. If I said to people things and then blatantly didn't do them, I would have the sackety dak dak, shilliby dak dak, right? I'd be gone. With, like, as soon as I did that once, people would be like, Sean, you literally said you're going to do this. I'd be like, yeah, 22 billion black hole, 22, yeah, Sean, thank you, mate, but you're not going to contribute to this next project. I'd be like, oh, got to have trust, guys, you've got to have trust. But, you know, they only have themselves to blame. So James is saying 1 in 1 out, so they send us 50, then we send 50 back. What BS is that? Yeah, so no, but if you look actually into this, I think Macron said that they will only take 50 a year. I think the French have capped this at 50 a year. So we get 50, 100, 200, whatever. They're still in our country. Then we send one back and we get another one. So it's nothing. And that's probably, and for the pleasure of that, it's going to probably cost us millions. Right, ladies and gentlemen, you guys that are on YouTube, I know we've been struggling on YouTube with the sound quality, with the lagging. If you guys are watching on YouTube, can you let me know? Has that lagging stopped now, or is it still lagging? Is the sound still bad? Can you let me know, guys? Like I said, I let the YouTube play through, guys. I've not done it yet, have I? Can you guys hit the buttons of like, follow, subscribe, bell notification, the buttons up here on TikTok, down below on YouTube, and I don't even know where they are on X. Help us out, guys. We are on YouTube, we are on X, we are on TikTok, and we are streaming on all 3 platforms at the same time. How fantastic is that? How technologically advanced is that? And Donna Jenkins is saying it seems fine. Right, guys, thank you so much. So it does look like the streaming has got back to good streaming on YouTube. Snowdrops is saying this country isn't going to last until next election. Snowdrops, like, let me pin this. Yeah, I mean, obviously the country will still be a country, like the land and the trees and the hills, although probably covered in litter and people just like being disrespectful. But yeah, I mean, this summer's going to be key, guys. This summer's going to be key. Depending on how this summer goes, that is going to be oh, Googly, I just subscribed. Thank you so much, Googly, for your continued subscription. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. And all the subscribers, guys, all the subscribers. Thank you so much. Yeah, Snowdrops is saying this country isn't going to last until the next election. Yeah, I would say there's a strong argument for that. You know, there's a strong argument for draconian measures being put in place. I'm just having a look at this live update, guys, from London. Right, that's uploading. I'll give that a second. Darren Priestley. Right, let me pin this, guys. Darren Priestley. Where's that gone? So Darren Priestley on YouTube, sorry, on TikTok, is saying, "Have you heard about the Freedom March on the 13th? Sorry, on the 13th of September." Yes, I have. But guys, you know what? Local level problems are going to be dealt with at local level. So 1 million people, right? 1 million people all go and march down, all go march to London, right? 1 million people. They're all in London waving the flags. They've taken their own time, money, effort, resources, day off work, babysitter for the kids. You know, they've gone down there. They're waving the flags. They're all singing. They've had a right good day. They come back. How's that affected their own community? I would say a better use of manpower. I would say a better use of manpower would be, rather than 1 million people in London, 1,000 people in 1,000 towns. You see where I'm going with that, guys? Yeah, 1,000 people in 1,000 towns. I think that would be a better use of that manpower, of that resource, because those protests, they can be sustained. Those protests can be sustained. It's not sustainable that you can stay in London for 3, 4, 5 days, especially not with the hotel space at the moment. Hang on, guys. Something's happening on here. Give me a second. Something's happening on the... No, nothing's happening, guys. I thought something was happening, but yeah, these protests in London, the geographical location, the amount of police, the access to reinforcements that the police have, I don't think anything's going to happen there, guys. I really don't. I think these real movements, guys, they're going to happen in local towns, local villages, local locations by local people. And it's not going to be led by one person. It's going to be an idea. It's going to be an ideological movement. And there we have it, guys. You know, I don't think there's any way I can, I don't think there's any other way I can, frame it. Hang on, let me jump up. Darren Priestley is saying, I mean, have you seen the other events going on at the same time? Yeah, so guys, listen, I do think, and I've said this many times, I do think and I believe that this year we're going to see signs of, we're going to see scenes, sorry, not signs, where the police have to run off. The police have to run off, and they have to go back to their bases. Because I do think at various locations the police are going to get overrun, guys. I really do. I see that coming. I see it on the cards 100%. Lisa Jane over on X. She's watching on X. Lisa Jane, she's actually watching on X now, and she's saying this summer is going to be absolutely awful. It is, guys, literally the summer of carnage. Like when I started talk like last year, you guys have been following me you guys that have been following me for a while know that sometimes I forget how to speak. So you guys that have been following me for a while, you guys know that I've been talking about the summer of carnage coming. I'd be saying, guys, listen, next year, like last year when I was talking about, I say next summer, when the kids are off school, when the parents are off school, the summer of carnage is coming. That was back then. The things that have happened since that are unbelievable, guys. Absolutely. And I look at these things and I think, wow, only in, like, even, you know, Nikolai Khrushchev, like, if Nikolai Khrushchev could see the state of the United Kingdom right now, he would be absolutely laughing. He'd just be laughing to himself. Not in his wildest dreams could he imagine that, you know, the subversion would be so successful. Paulie's got an interesting comment here, and this is just a comment, guys. I'm not going to confirm or deny it, although I think you know where I am. In fact, do you know what? I'm going to tell you exactly where I am on this, actually, on this. So the comment is, that's why the immigrants are here, because our soldiers won't go against their own people. Now, listen, guys, and I'll tell you where I stand on this. I can remember you guys, and Pauline, Sandra, happy birthday, Sandra, for Saturday. Happy birthday for Saturday, Sandra. So I hope you had a fantastic birthday. I hope you're ready for the summer. And I hope you and your husband have a great time. So with a comment here, guys, from Paulie, that's why the immigrants are here, because our soldiers won't go against us. I think you could say the same about the police as well. I did see the body language in the first Epping protest. I did see the body language of the police. Be very sympathetic to those. But anyway, I can also remember, and I can, because I'll be honest, when you guys were sending me inbox messages saying, Sean, is the government secretly flying in foreign soldiers and putting them in hotels? I was like, guys, come on. Like, no, I find that very unlikely. I find that very unlikely that that's happening. The levels that would have to be dealt with are like, you wouldn't be able to hide that. But you know what, guys? Turns out I was wrong. And you guys were right. That was absolutely happening. So with Paulie's comment there, I'm not taking anything off the cards. Here we are, guys. Here we are. So from Snowdrops, he's saying ex-policeman on GB News said friends that are still in the force are fed up and they're hiding how bad crime is. Yeah, guys, like, it's unbelievable how bad crime is. Like, not where we live, but like the nearest town. It's got it's like one of those strip malls in America. You call it a strip mall. I don't know what they call them, an outlet center, I guess. And I'm pretty sure I've seen the same guy, myself, with my own eyes. I'm pretty sure I've seen the same guy stealing coffee pods, like, at scale in one of those big bag for lives 3 times. Now, if I've seen him 3 times, and I don't, it's not like I live there, or I work there. If I've seen that guy 3 times, how many times has he been in and he's done that? And I said to the lady at the checkout, I said, coffee pods free, are they? Or some clever remark. And she said, oh, no, there's nothing we can do. I said, what do you mean? I said, don't you phone the police? She says, well, we phone the police and they don't come out, so it's pointless. I said, right, okay, free coffee pods for all, I guess. But yeah, crime is unbelievable, guys. James, thank you. Listen, guys, if you're new to the channel, all right, I do like talking about aliens. I do like talking about space, asteroids, all these crazy things that are outside of our immediate realities. And James is saying it's not like there's an asteroid on the way, but like, we all know that there are several asteroids on the way. There's this one that's like, I think it's too fast to be an asteroid. It's traveling too fast to be. I think he's traveling at like 60. Like, I think it's like 60 odd kilometers a second or something, which is really fast. Then there's the Apophis asteroid that's heading towards Earth. That makes its closest flyby Earth on Friday the 13th of, I think it's April 2029. And it comes that close, it's going to be going, let me get my planet Earth. It's going to be going underneath the satellites that we've got. That's how close it is. But don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, because NASA said it won't hit. So we're all good with that. We're all good with that. It's not going to hit. We're all going to be fine. 2029 and 2029 and everything's fine. Dave Burner is saying we need an alien live for sure. Yeah, I think the alien. Guys, listen. I would much like, and I think I need to say this a little bit more, guys. Okay, my vision, when I was a kid, my vision, and I'd still want this to be the vision of the future. And I do think after these wars have ended, I think this will happen. My vision of the future would be, rather than countries having wars with each other, because let's face it, guys, we have eyes in the front of our heads. We are predators. That competitivity that is hardwired into our DNA, that competitivity is it's what drives us to succeed. It's what drives us to work. It's what drives us to do better for ourselves. So I don't think we should I don't think we should be like tree huggers, like foraging for nuts and berries under trees and stuff. What I would like is, I would like a future for my children and for your children. Wouldn't it be better to have a future where we're exploring space and we are exploring the near infinite resources of the cosmos, and rather than Russia sent this bomb over to this country and this many people have transcended to a beam of light, wouldn't it be better to have a headline, Russia have just taken a big asteroid and they're mining all the gold from it. China have just sent up a new mission to go around the sun and cover the sun with solar panels. Britain have just developed a new machine that can bring back huge payloads of gold. America have finally got 1,000 people living on their moon base. Wouldn't that be a better future? Wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be an exciting thing? Wouldn't we all be like, wow, can't believe we're all doing this, instead of, oh God, I can't believe we're all doing this? Wouldn't that be better? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, right, I am going to swizzle off this, guys, now. I'm going to swizzle off this, ladies and gentlemen. I am going to swizzle off this. I'm going to go now, guys. I am going to go now. I'm going to be back on. I'm going to be over on YouTube for a little bit, guys. I'm going to be over on YouTube for a little bit, but I'm going to be off now. I'll be back. I will be back on tomorrow morning, guys. Remember, more protests planned. More protests, I believe, will break out at hotels. As soon as this spreads, it's going to spread fast, guys, okay? I do think we're heading towards those scenes in the United Kingdom. We are literally a powder keg right now. We're not just a powder keg. We're a powder keg with someone going like that with sparks. But anyway, guys, I'll be back on tomorrow morning. I'll see you then. If I can turn this live off. Hang on. There we go. There we are. We are off. We are off the live stream, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, guys, listen. I'm looking at the footage now of this. Looking at the footage of what's happening in London. Doesn't look like there's that energy there. People look a little bit disconnected. The police presence in London is too big. Anything that happens in London, there's too many police officers that can literally be called on a radio and they go running there straight away. So I don't think anything's going to happen there. Local towns, local villages, that's where the swizzle is going to happen, guys, all right? That's where the swizzle is going to happen. Right, let me just see if I can find any more on this. Let me just jump over to X quickly and see if I can find any more. Yeah, it doesn't really look like there's much. Oh, hang on. London protest erupts. Let's have a look at this. Let's see what this is. Yeah, a lot of these are clickbait, guys. A lot of these are clickbait. And if it is clickbait, No, it's Lee Anderson. Yeah, that's definitely clickbait. Outrageous 4-star £500 a night hotel prepares for arrival of hundreds of migrants. Well, there you go, guys. That's it. That's what the swizzle's all about. Hundreds of migrants turning up. Got to put them somewhere, guys. Got to put them somewhere. Got to put them somewhere. Would they rather be in your house? I'm going to say I would rather not. Yeah, it's one of those fascinating things, isn't it? It's one of those fascinating things. Like, if you understood where the money's going, and I don't know where the money's going, I'm just speculating. I'm speculating that our money is being collected via taxes, going to the tax machine or whatever. Those taxes are then being taken and given to hotels and to migrants who've never paid into our system. And I would say they don't want to pay into our system. You know, it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. If you look at these houses as well, we talked about the houses. Again, pure speculation, guys. Pure speculation. This is, okay, pure speculation. I'm going to say these houses are going to be built with taxpayers' money. Then they're going to be they're going to be built with taxpayers' money, basically, as affordable housing. You know, affordable housing for affordable housing. Let's leave it there. I'm going to say that then people are going to move into those. I'm going to say migrants could potentially move into those. And so we pay for it with our taxpayers' money. Taxpayers' money pays for that. And then the rent that the government would charge those people who live in those houses, that's going to be paid for by taxpayers as well. So, like, it's like a double jeopardy. And all this money, guys, and a lot of this money with international investment, a lot of these, there's a BlackRock company. It's called BlackRock. BlackRock, let me Google it. BlackRock Property Investments or something. Hang on, let me Google this because this is the type of stuff that gets you into trouble. So I've just done a search for BlackRock Property Investments UK. Right. BlackRock has a significant, I'm just reading this, guys, off the computer. So, like, you can't, like, you know, the algorithm can't get me done. I'm literally reading this off AI. BlackRock has a significant real estate investment operations in the UK, both directly through its subsidiaries. They're the ones you need to watch out for. They manage trust funds like BlackRock UK Long Lease Property Fund, suspicious, and BlackRock UK Property Fund, aiming for long-term income and outperformance retrospectively through investment. There's that word again, guys. There's that word again, in various property types. So what you're going to have here, guys, you've got this company called BlackRock, and they've got their big investment portfolio. Remember when Keir Starmer, Larry Fink, Angela Rayner, and Bill Gates were walking through that corridor, and everyone was saying, "Oh, that doesn't look good." Literally, that does not look good. Larry Fink being the I think he's like the manager of BlackRock. So what you've got there is BlackRock taking international investment. So BlackRock are already established in the United Kingdom as a leading property investor. So you can, if you're an international investor, you can say, BlackRock, here's 5 million, invest it in the UK property market, and then like give me the profits. But here's the thing, guys. What do we say about international investment each and every time? There's no exception, right? There is no exception. International investment is equal to or greater than international, never less than, is equal to or, you know, I'd say always greater than, equal to or greater than international wealth extraction. Because once that's paid off, once the investment's paid back, where do you think that money goes? Do you think they invest that back in the community? Do you think they say, "Oh, look at Sally there. Look at little Sally. A mum can't afford to send her horse riding. Let's pay for Sally and a mum to go horse riding." Do you think that's what happens? Or do you think they just go, "Yes, bring it into my offshore account where no one can touch it"? And this is what I mean, guys, okay? The country's getting poorer. When we talk about international investment, that is literally what it is, guys, okay? It's the country getting poorer because that investment over time it gets repaid, and then that profit, which is what you get as an investor, leaves the country. That's the reality, guys, right? There's no, oh, but Sean, what about, there isn't one. There isn't one. None. Doesn't work like that. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am going to close this down now. You guys are fantastic. I'll be back on tomorrow morning, guys. I'll be back on tomorrow morning at 10, I hope, I think I should be. I'm going to go now. I'm going to have a little sleepy night. I'm going to have a bed, and I hope you do too. I'll see you in the morning.